Neptune into the 30th degree of Pisces. It's on its way into Aries, and this last degree of Pisces teaches us a lesson which is very challenging indeed. I would say the Buddha had a hard time with this particular lesson. The Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree waiting for enlightenment until he got the wisdom, the esoteric mystery of assumption. You have to make a claim, even at that level. And I think we can read that into this degree. We're talking about the Great Stone Face. Well, that comes from a story. Anyway, let me read you the text. The Great Stone Face, becoming our own ideal. Instead of ending our journey, we have become the seed of yet another cycle of experimentation. We idealize love, truth, and God itself. And this is how we become aware of our relationship with archetypes. The conundrum of Plato and Aristotle is whether we create the archetypes or the archetypes create us. The exact same puzzle is posed in the Hindu Mahabharata. We create God, or does God create us? This is the mystery of life. Simply, it is that life is a mystery, a paradox, and not within our grasp to understand. Life, God, oneself are all beyond our comprehension. Yet curiosity to know more of the eternal paradox is the very motivation that began it and keeps it all going. What we see when we look is nothing more and nothing less than our expectation. So the story of the Great Stone Face is about a spiritual seeker who has been told to go out and look for a person, a teacher, and that will be the Messiah, the one who's capable of giving total meaning to the life of the seeker. And yet, this Great Stone Face is when he finds it, is the face he's looking for, and it's identical to his face. There is no face in the universe closer to the Great Stone Face than his own image. It's like he's looking in a mirror. And this poor guy, the seeker, if it is a man, doesn't get it. He just doesn't see it. He can't see that he is his own ideal. And we can scoff until we realize that that's also true for us. Most people are looking out there for something that can only be found in here. The inner self, when it's realized, must create an outer expectation, an outer version of itself. We have no way of expecting things in life except that we form an internal image of them first. And if you train yourself to expect good things to happen, most particularly expect to awaken, expect to reach realization, and expect that to be your decision, your assumption, your claim. And Neptune in that degree is saying that, I mean, Neptune is creativity. It is the power of imagination. Imagination, magic is there. What we imagine comes to pass. It's not obvious in the physical realm because it takes time and it's convoluted and confused, but that's the truth of it. Whatever we imagine comes to pass. So if we expect something, then we imagine it's going to happen pretty soon. So what we have to do is to train ourselves with Neptune in this degree to imagine that we're on the edge of awakening to a higher level of realization, and to expect that to occur. So then, when Neptune goes into Aries, we've got a brand new narrative based on a higher spiritual level. It has been taught for well over 100 years that humanity is moving moving up a gear. You know, we've been at a certain level of consciousness, and the whole species is going up a level. If it chooses to do that, now some people will choose not to do that, and they won't go up because you need to choose it. That's the whole thing. There's a lot of people who are very sincere, beautiful people, highly spiritual, really, and they don't think of themselves in those terms. They don't know how spiritual they are, and so they don't expect anything. They don't claim anything. And this is a point where modesty or humility has just gone too far. You know, you have to make your claim to awaken now. Each and every one of us that wants to make that choice. The choice is whether or not to do it, and you're not going to be able to avoid the choice. That's what Armageddon is. It's forcing us all to make a choice. Are we happy with living like this? And if you don't know what like this is, well, watch the news. There's wars, there's famine, there's horrible things going on in the name of administering a country, politics and so on. It's a horrible place, the Earth. But we don't have to stay here much longer because we can choose to awaken to a new way of being and a new realm where people are kind and courteous and loving to each other. And that's imminent. That's really imminent. It's coming. You know, can't you feel it? I mean, surely you can feel it. You're either going to feel terrified by what's going on or awakened. And there it is, that's the choice. Now, to feel awakened, you have to be realized of the strength of your faith. You know, that's the realization we're talking about, the realization of the strength of your faith. If you have faith, then it needs to be strong, and it is strong. Faith, put it in whatever you want to. I put it in myself, I put it in God, I put it in the future. It's all right. Why not? I mean, what's the choice? If you don't expect good stuff, then you're going to be expecting bad stuff, and that expectation is what creates what you get. So Neptune in the 30th degree of Pisces, you are the answer to the quest that you're on. You're the answer. You might not have realized it yet, and here's the chance over the next few weeks before it goes into Aries in March. By that time, it'll be really very useful indeed to know who you are and what you want, because the world will be changing very quickly over the next few months. Very, very quickly indeed. And if you know what you want, that's your path of safety. If you don't know what you want, you'll be spun off. As people are already being, quite a lot of people are just being spun out. So keep your eyes on the prize, and the prize is realization. Expect it.